processor calls, so we're pushing down the filtering and so on, just returning the columns in an efficient way. So the reads are faster. The sorting and so on, you can offload that to new nodes, for example, so you can scale it faster out to only have the DDL, for example, if you want. And then the biggest benefit is really the writing part, because then you skip all the transaction handling. You don't need to start more transactions for that. And then, of course, since this is done concurrently with the other load, we do have a temporary index that handles the concurrent writes and changes, right? So that looks something like this. Since it's a temporary index, it actually needs to have some kind of tombstones as well. So when you're in the merge phase of the reorganization, that it can be checked if it existed something in the new index or not, for example. So with that, it made the whole reorganization part quite efficient, but then we still had other parts that we profiled and improved for making sure that the full processing part went quite much better. So we need to go through that in detail. The result is more or less Lightning here, that's our internal name for ingesting files directly to the key value store. So all in all, I think this made the create index around 10 times faster, which meant that instead of being maybe 3 times slower than competitor that we were comparing to, we were 3 times faster or slightly faster than that. It also works really well during high concurrent load. So since we're offloading this, it doesn't affect the day-to-day load. I think this actually was done like 3 years ago, and by then we had some internal benchmark, so it handles at least 1 million rows per second.
Matthias, once you have the offline thing, if you want to replicate it, how does that work?
So you can,
copies?
yeah, so you ingest the files, and more or less, I think, if I remember correctly, that the instance you're ingesting it to will distribute it through the raw protocols. Otherwise, yeah, I can't, I don't really recall the exact.
You can just ask him for something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can copy the files.
Okay.
So everything is immutable.
Yeah.
In Postgres, for example, if you have non-log tables, then to log it, it's not possible. I mean, it sort of has to write the whole thing.
Yeah. And that's one of the good things with an LSM tree, because the actual files are immutable. So. And then we do have the other use case with creating 1 million tables, where it doesn't really help to just be fast in creating the index, right? What we did there was also do a lot of profiling and changing the design and so on. In total, we were somewhere between 20 to 50 times faster after we've gone through all this work. And this is around 1.5 to 2 years ago.